When I decided to launch Over 50 TV, it was just over 2 years ago. I thought, well, you know what? It'll take me a few months to really understand the whole process. It may take me 6 months to do that, but I got to tell you, I completely underestimated the learning curve. It took me a lot longer than that. And there was a lot of trial and error. I made mistakes that I look back at now and I wonder how I could have done that. But what I want to do with this video today is I want to just share with you what I consider 10 really important tips that could help you. If you're one of those people out there who are thinking, especially if you're over 50 and you're thinking, well, this YouTube stuff, this channel, it's really for younger people. If you're one of those people that are thinking that, I'm going to tell you it's not true at all. And what I'm going to share with you today, I do believe will cut your learning curve. Hopefully it won't take as long as it took me. Right now I'm at about 20,000 subscribers. In January, we had over 500,000 views on our channel. And that didn't happen by accident, but it did happen with a lot of trial and error. So what we're going to do in this video today is I'm going to share with you, or tell you rather, how to launch a YouTube channel when you're over 50. And that, my friends, that's up next right here on Over 50 TV. Welcome back to Over 50 TV. My name is Lou Reyes. Today we're going to talk about how to start a YouTube channel when you're over 50. Now, before you go too far down that path, I'm going to ask you to do something. Think about why you really want to start a YouTube channel. Something that'll help you to think about this, maybe to ponder on it, I recommend is to go ahead and take a piece of paper and write down these words. I want to start a YouTube channel because I want to help people, and then fill in the blank. You see, YouTube, we know, is the second largest search engine in the world, and people turn to it because they want to solve a problem or learn about something. It's usually a couple of the big reasons why they do that. So if you're in this game or in the YouTube business or want to be in the YouTube business because you're looking to make money, I'll tell you this, it's a long road. And eventually when you do realize it's not going to happen fast, more often than not, you're just going to get off that road. You're going to drive away and you're going to say, you know what, it isn't for me. Or maybe, just maybe, you do get on YouTube, you start your channel, but you're really not into it, your heart's not in the right place. I will tell you that people will see that, they're going to know about that, they're going to realize that you really don't care about them, and they will turn you off. 2 reasons why I believe you should sit down and really ponder on why you want to start a YouTube channel, and that's my tip number 1. Tip number 2, decide on a niche. And if I was one of those guys that gets real excited, at least outwardly, I'd be jumping up and down and saying you got to find the right niche. I will say this though, if you're niched, if you decide on a niche and it flows naturally from step number 1, I think you're better positioned to be successful. But you want to specialize, focus on a niche, and then become the expert in that segment. Now, on Over 50 TV, I've got a few videos about niches, I think 1 or 2 at least, and you can check those out. They're free. I talk more in depth about niches, but we're also launching a Patreon page, patreon.com. We're launching a page called Side Hustle Theater, and on Side Hustle Theater, it's really for people who are super serious about starting a business. And on Side Hustle Theater, you can bet I'll be talking a lot about niches. I'll put a link to Side Hustle Theater in the description box if you want to check it out. I should mention, though, there is a fee if you decide you want to join, but it is for people who are serious, and I will dive deep into niches. I think that's the key to any successful business. I would not ever start a channel, a YouTube channel. I wouldn't start a business without first deciding on the niche and then making sure I become the expert in that niche. Tip number 3, do your research. Now, find out who on YouTube is planted in your niche, the niche that you want to get into, and determine which person in that niche is great at covering that topic. And let me suggest this then. You adopt what I call a best practices approach, which simply means that you emulate the best practices, the practices that make others in that niche so successful. And this really isn't anything different than what successful retailers or fast food restaurants do. Their food or products might be completely different, but there are many similarities, especially when it comes to insistence on product quality or dependable service or acknowledging and caring about their employees. So yes, emulate, but put your unique spin on your videos. And sometimes that unique spin is your bubbly personality. Sometimes that unique spin is a channel that goes deeper into a topic. And sometimes it's simply a matter of being more entertaining. Tip number 4, identify your skills. And here, honesty is the best policy. Ask yourself, what skills do you possess that will allow you to produce a popular YouTube channel? And you can already guess that you've got to be able to or must be able to shoot a camera. But nowadays, that's not too difficult because you can always use your iPhone or your iPad to shoot videos. But you'll also need to be able to edit videos and create thumbnails, which thumbnails are those images that act as I call preview image for each video. It's kind of like a book cover. But a few other important skills that you should or we're going to need are the ability to come up with some video topics. And in some cases, you're going to want to know how to research. In some cases, you're going to need writing skills so you can write a script or maybe even just to create a headline for each video. What you don't know, you'll learn. But make a list of the skills that you have and you don't have, and then just create a plan. If I can do it, as I always tell people, if I can do it, you can do it. Tip number 5, find a mentor. Now, mentors can be a combination of someone you know who has a YouTube channel and knowledgeable YouTube creators. I religiously followed multiple YouTube creators who I determined were each an expert in a particular area. Now, 3 types of creators that I looked for, and I'm just going to call them online mentors. I made a point to follow people who were experts in things like shooting videos or editing videos and also designing thumbnails. Now, there's a lot to learn, so you just want to find the best person who can help you. And I usually determine that by watching their videos and then looking to see if they have street cred with their audience. It's also important to me that they've walked the walk and they've done this for a few years, because I don't want to waste my time following somebody who happens to have a large following, a large YouTube following, simply because they're entertaining. I want somebody who's really done it, somebody who I feel I can trust, and somebody who I know I can learn from. Tip number 6, identify the equipment and the apps that you're going to need to start your channel. Now, you don't have to spend a lot of money on equipment or on apps to get started, and chances are you already have the most important piece of equipment that you're going to need. And of course, that piece of equipment is your camera phone, or the camera on your iPad. Whatever you do, don't go out. Don't buy an expensive camera. It's not necessary to start. Now, I've used expensive equipment, but mostly I shoot videos with my iPad or my iPhone. I just prop my iPad up on my tablet stand, a tablet stand I bought at Amazon, and I shoot great videos. It's an incredible setup. You can also buy a rather inexpensive microphone, a microphone that will plug into your phone or into your iPad. You can also buy a subscription to a design app and an editing app. Both of those are pretty inexpensive. And what I'm going to do is I'll put a list of the basic equipment that I believe you need. I'll put those items in the description box. You can check it out when you get a moment. Tip number 7, learn what makes YouTube tick. Now, there are thousands, and maybe there really are hundreds of thousands of creator videos on YouTube that will tell you the story. Creators, they'll tell you when to upload a video. You'll learn how often to upload, what time of day to upload, how long your video should be, what keywords that you should be using, blah, blah, blah. You know what? I have just followed dozens and dozens of creators, and I've just learned, as I've mentioned previously, there are a few people that I felt I could really learn from and who could really give me the scoop on what I needed to know, what makes YouTube tick. I'm going to put links to those creators. I'll put them in the description box. The one thing I will caution you on is if you are looking for a creator, somebody who you can learn from, don't, or I should say, avoid a creator who's more entertaining than provides substance, because you want to learn from people who really know what they're doing. And if you want to know and learn what makes YouTube tick, follow some of the people that I will put in the description box. Tip number 8, video quality. Now, after producing almost 190 videos, I can unequivocally say you don't have to be Disney talented to produce a popular money-making video. In fact, my most popular video is called Brutally Honest Career Advice for People Over 50. That video I produced sitting in the front seat of my car. I was using my iPhone. That video so far, it's garnered over 204,000 views, and it's made me close to $1,000. The message in that video, though, it resonated with my audience. Now, to be sure, I'm not telling you that quality isn't important, because quality is important. People definitely have to be able to see and hear you. But the point is a compelling message or solving a problem, not video quality, are the most important ingredients to a successful video. Tip number 9. Patience. Something I don't have a lot of sometimes. But if you decided to launch a YouTube channel and you want to build a large audience and you want to make some money, you must absolutely, positively be patient. Because success, it's not going to happen overnight unless, of course, you get real lucky. And I'm talking about the kind of luck that you have when you buy one of those dollar scratch-off lottery tickets and you win $1 million. And how often does that happen? But hitting the big time and crowded YouTube land, it takes lots and lots of time and it takes patience. But if you produce videos that resonate with your audience and you're consistent as in uploading a video, I'd say at least once a week, you're going to build your viewership and you're going to grow your audience, but it's going to take time. Now, I decided long ago to upload a new video, and I do this about 2 or 3 times per week because I know from my days as a magazine publisher that frequency is key. It's a key ingredient if you're looking to build a media business, and it's a key ingredient if you want to build your YouTube channel. I credit patience and consistency with the reason that I'm approaching 20,000 subscribers. I took the long view, I try to be consistent, and I'm trying really hard to be patient. Tip number 10, how to make money on YouTube. And this is probably the tip that you've been waiting for. Now, let me say this. There are many ways that people make dinero on YouTube, and most of the time when a new creator, when they launch their channel right away, they're focused on monetization. It's called YouTube monetization, and that's when YouTube pays you a percentage of the money that they receive when an ad runs in one of your videos. And to qualify for YouTube monetization, you must have a minimum of 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. And watch time is really just the accumulated number of minutes and hours that your videos are watched. Let me say, those are big barriers, and they're not easy to get over, but you can do it. Now, it took me almost 2 years to become monetized, and I know that some creators, they achieve monetization in a shorter period. Some take a bit longer when it comes to monetizing their channel, but they can do it. Now, I can't tell you how long it'll take you to monetize your channel because there are lots of variables, but I can tell you this. There are other ways to make money on YouTube. You can sell courses on platforms like Teachable to your audience. You can launch a Patreon page like we're doing with Side Hustle Theater. You can offer pay-per-view webinars, or some people even offer coaching. Looking back right now, when I look back at monetization, and I think, I didn't offer anything. I just wanted to focus all my attention on getting subscribers and getting watch time. And once I achieved that, I was pretty excited because I know it took me so long, and as I mentioned, almost 2 years to do. It could take you shorter, it could take you longer. It really depends, as I said, on a lot of variables. But there are more ways to monetize your channel than just through YouTube monetization. I know you can monetize. I now know you can monetize with, if you just got 100 subscribers, you could sell products to them. If you got 500, you could sell products or services to them. But don't be limited and don't be fearful that it'll take you forever to monetize your channel, to monetize it on YouTube. Just be creative. Well, folks, I just shared with you 10 tips, 10 things that I believe will help you to shave the learning curve if you decide you want to launch a YouTube channel, and especially if you're over 50 years old, because I think, as I mentioned in the very beginning, sometimes when you're older, you might look at a platform like YouTube and think, oh, that's for somebody who's younger, but the truth is it's not. It's really for everyone who decides they want to accept the challenge. And I took the challenge. It took me a while. There's a lot of things I learned, things I wouldn't do again, and I've shared what I would just say are some of my best tips with you, and I hope that they'll help you, and I hope that they help you to reduce your learning curve by months, if not even by a longer period than that. If you do have any questions, please put them in the comments section, or you can always send me an email. I'm getting more and more emails nowadays from people, and I always answer them. Sometimes I don't get to it as quickly as I'd like, but I do almost every single time try to get back right away. And again, it sometimes takes me a bit longer. But I look forward to answering any questions you have. And by the way, I did mention Side Hustle Theater. It's on Patreon. If you're somebody who is serious about launching a business, and YouTube, make no mistake about it, launching a YouTube channel is a business. But if you're serious about launching a business, check out Side Hustle Theater. There is a fee involved with it, but I believe I'll be able to give you some more in-depth tips and information on how you can start and build a successful business. Well, that's all I got for you today, folks. I look forward to talking to you again.